It was a hot, muggy day in Venice, Italy, when Mickey and Goofy arrived at the train station to board the famous Overland Express. They were on their way to Euro Disney in France, a journey that would take them through many countries and many adventures. Excitement mounted as they waited to board the train. Nearby, several passengers were also waiting to board.
Gosh, Goofy, are you sure I can't carry something for you?
No, thanks, Mickey. I got everything.
The conductor, La Pooch, a stocky Frenchman, smiled and held out his hand.
Tickets, please.
Got 'em. Here.
Thank you. Now, if you would please settle into your compartment and then go to the lounge, I will be making a brief announcement.
Sure thing.
As Mickey and Goofy boarded the train, a fellow dressed in safari clothes, carrying a trunk plastered with stickers from all over the world, began to argue with the conductor.
I can tote my own trunk, mate. Been taking it round the world by myself for years, and I don't plan to stop now.
And I have been the conductor of the Overland Express for years, monsieur, and I was trying to assist you. But if you would like to carry your own trunk, you are welcome to do so.
As Mickey and Goofy headed for their compartment, Mickey caught sight of a newspaper tucked under a gentleman's arm.
Goofy, would you look at that headline? Train thief strikes again. Police baffled.
The gentleman heard Mickey's remark.
Yes. It seems that there's been a series of robberies, and the only clue that the police have is missing sweets and empty candy wrappers.
I guess we better keep our eyes open.
Well, sleeping might be a little tricky, but I'll do my best.
All aboard!
After all the passengers had settled into their compartments, they gathered in the lounge. Just then, the conductor entered the lounge with all the ticket stubs in his hand. He looked around at the group and smiled wearily.
Mesdames et messieurs, your attention, please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Henri Lapouche, your conductor. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you aboard the Overland Express, the most luxurious train ever to travel the countries of Europe. Our reputation is one of great service and exquisite comfort, as I'm sure you will see once we begin our journey. Now I will leave you to introduce yourselves to each other. I must go to make last-minute preparations for our journey.
The fellow clad in safari clothes turned to the aristocratic gentleman on his left.
Hello, my name's G'day, how do you do? Me home base is Sydney, Australia. Me destination, Paris. What about you, Pally?
And my name is Sir Reginald. I'm a passionate collector of rare items, anything from baseball cards to ancient Egyptian rings, like the one I'm wearing. I'm also a big fan of the Overland Express. I take it whenever I travel through Europe.
A young, scholarly-looking woman turned to Sir Reginald and gave him a sarcastic smile.
How nice we meet again, Sir Reginald. Or may I call you Reggie?
You certainly may not call me Reggie, Miss Prattle.
As Sir Reginald so helpfully pointed out, my name is Prattle, Professor Compendia Prattle. I, too, am a collector, but I collect only comic books. In fact, I am the world's authority on them, and I'm on my way to Euro Disney to attend a comic book conference.
Well, what do you know? That's where we're going, too.
Who, may I ask, are you?
Why, Mickey Mouse. And this is my pal, Goofy.
Pleased to meet you.
You two are going to the convention? Oh, well, I'll be there signing copies of my new book. It's all about the missing famous Floyd comics.
Oh, no! The famous Floyd comics are missing? But I thought for sure I left them in our compartment, Mickey.
Don't worry, Goofy, you did. She's talking about the other sets of missing famous Floyd comics.
You have a set of famous Floyd comics?
Sure do. They're in mint condition, too.
Mind if we take a gander at them, mate? I'm a great fan of famous Floyd.
Oh, yes, please. As a collector, I should be fascinated to see a complete set, as I'm sure you would, Miss Prattle.
Why, sure. I'll show them to you. Come on.
A few minutes later, the three passengers eagerly crowded into Mickey and Goofy's compartment.
This is terribly exciting. I thought all the other sets were gone forever, destroyed in that fire. Didn't you, Prattle?
Yes, I'm certain that they were.
Ta-da! Here they are!
I grew up watching Floyd's silent movies. He was the greatest comedian the world has ever known.
He was greater than great. I would love to own a set of these comics.
Impossible, Mr. How-do-you-do. They're rare and quite valuable. Only 25 special edition sets, each containing 12 comics, were printed back in 1922. All but 2 sets were burned in a fire.
You mean all but 3 now, don't you, Miss Prattle?
I mean all but 2, Reggie. I've spent years researching this. It's all in my book. I doubt Goofy's set is authentic.
Oh, it's for real all right, Professor Prattle. Goofy's grandfather was friends with famous Floyd himself.
Yup, that's right. Floyd gave Grandpa Goof this very set, and Grandpa Goof gave it to me.
It appears to me, Professor Prattle, that your newly released book is already out of date. Such a shame. All your years of research and writing gone to waste, your reputation in tatters.
That's your opinion, Reggie.
At that moment, Conductor Lapooch poked his head into the compartment.
Ah, so here you all are. I wanted to announce that dinner will be served promptly at 6 o'clock. I hope to see you all there. You have a great treat in store if you've never tasted Madame Flambe's cooking.
Gorge, Conductor Lapooch sure looks tired.
And how?
Yes. I've heard him say that he makes this trip 6 times a week. That must be tiring.
Speaking of being tired, I suddenly feel the need to lie down.
I'd say that a nap before dinner would do us all some good.
Later, as the Overland Express began its slow ascent into the Alps, the passengers gathered in the luxurious dining car for dinner. Mickey sat at a table with Goofy, eating stewed chicken.
Goofy, does this chicken taste kind of funny to you?
Chicken? I thought I was eating warm licorice.
Just then, a shadow fell across their table. They looked up to see Sir Reginald looming over them.
Goofy, the comic books you're transporting, I was wondering if you might be interested in selling them.
Selling them? Gorsh, I don't think so.
Money's not an obstacle. I'm filthy rich, you know. Just name your price, Goofy, and the deal is done.
But, Sir Reginald, I couldn't do that. They were a present from dear old Grandpa Goof.
Sorry, Sir Reginald. No amount of money would convince Goofy to sell something that means so much to him.
Very well. But might I remind you both that I didn't become the world's leading collector by giving up easily. I want those books. I'll find your price eventually, and I guarantee you will accept it.
And with a polite, though